Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and Pavan, uh,
Yeah,
yeah, what's your favorite performance from this film, and like whose performance that impressed you a lot, and like which
okay.
scene that impressed you a lot? Like that's your favorite scene from the film? Yeah,
I liked Bhagat Singh performance. I mean, who's the actor?
yeah,
It's
like Amol
I don't know.
Palekar, I guess so. Yeah,
Bec-
yeah,
because
yeah,
I'm surprised. Uh, they're showing Bhagat Singh in this, and I don't know he's Bhagat Singh until they call him with the name,
yeah,
and it's very. I felt that was a crazy portrayal of him. I liked it,
yeah, and
and
yes, those favorite scenes,
you asked
favorite
about
scenes.
scenes. Scenes is that sequence that that shooting sequence for the in climax.
Yeah, yeah, that last 45 minutes.
Yeah, yeah, that
Yeah.
sequence.
Is there any
And the
other
another
scenes? Yeah.
sequence I
Yeah,
really
yeah.
liked is he crossed India through that you know mountains like snow
Yeah.
from few people. That
Russia.
sequence was next level. Yeah,
Yeah.
uh, I
And
don't know whether
then,
they should or
yeah.
VFX, but that was next level.
Yeah, and those things are really good. And also, yeah, I've already mentioned this a couple of times or three times, like that the last 45 minutes is my most favorite scene,
Yeah,
favorite aspect, favorite. My most favorite thing from the film is that last 45 minutes. And
uh,
also, I really loved the combination between Bhagat Singh and Sardar Udham
yeah,
Singh.
yeah.
Yeah,
I hope there will be a
yeah,
lot of runtime between
yeah,
them, but they're very uh,
yeah. They would have
talented.
done that. Yeah, and then I also really loved it when like the moment when he shoot Michael O'Dyer. That moment was like very massy one, like very fiery one. Yeah,
Okay.
he killed Michael O'Dyer at that meeting. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah. And then there were, like I've already told that that's the scene where he was standing near the statue and like yeah he was drunk and he's talking like
yeah, yeah,
those things and all like those things were like very heart touching and like they were all really some goosebumps creating scenes.
yeah, yeah. So,
Yeah, and I really loved the combination scenes between Sardar Udham Singh and that Inspector General
yeah,
Mark
true.
Swain. Yeah, those were
Yeah,
really good. Yeah, like because that character were really well made, like well written. I, I I really liked that character.
yeah,
Yeah, and also like the court scene was really good. You know,
yeah,
yeah, those like at that time he was very like he's saying that like he's saying something I I I, I against the British and yeah those moments were like really nice those dialogues at that moment and then at the time where he was saying England Zindabad it was like
yeah.
beautifully constructed scene yeah okay and we'll hear it from Andy,
Yeah.
like your
Um,
favorite performance and favorite scenes.
See, performance in the film is all about
Okay,
Mr. Vicky Kaushal.
yeah,
Yeah, and I told you one thing, and I stick by itself that
yeah. We'll come
we
to
are not
that
going
next. Yeah, we'll come to the next because Vicky Kaushal is a separate topic. So we'll come to that next, and you just tell something about your other favorite
yeah,
performances. Yeah,
you see, my performance, I loved that performance. I loved the I like the Amol Parasha thing. Uh, and but there a little thing that because Vicky Kaushal is a Punjabi guy, so it's in his attitude you get to know that there is a little bit of that sick
Yeah,
tone in it.
yeah,
But
yeah.
with Amol Parashar, it just didn't came out that well. Yeah, a
Okay.
lot of people were pointing that, but I always say that when you see
Yeah,
Legend of Bhagat
but
Singh,
I think I've seen him in an ad, okay, where he was like the Good Day ad or anything like that, or something like that, where he was having this, like what is that, the turban, you know.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so I think it fits him. Yeah,
yeah, no,
yeah.
not the turban thing, not the turban thing,
Okay,
but
okay. The
it's not
accent.
about the looks.
Okay,
And
okay.
not just the yeah, not just the accent. It's the the thing from the Haryana and the Punjab thing is that you see it in their attitude.
Yeah.
Oh,
When
yeah, yeah,
tell you that you go and you watch a Sultan
yeah, yeah,
or a film like Dangal.
yeah.
Dangal, yeah.
I tell you what, for Sultan, if you have watched Ludo, if you guys
Yeah,
have watched
I
Ludo,
watched Ludo.
in yeah, so in Ludo, there is a character alongside director Mr. Anurag Basu. There is a character that who plays Chitragupta.
But I didn't know the name and like with
Yeah, but yeah, if you remember
Pankaj
the
Tripathi,
face,
with Pankaj
if you
Tripathi, and
remember,
is he with Pankaj or with like
no,
the
no, not
character?
with Pankaj Tripathi,
Okay,
not
okay.
with Pankaj Tripathi, Anurag Basu, the guys who were narrating the
Oh,
story,
okay, yeah,
the two guys who
yeah, yeah, the
the
two
two guys
guys.
who reached the spot.
Yeah,
One
yeah,
is Anurag Basu,
yeah.
yeah, the another
I
guy,
didn't even know this. I didn't even know this.
yeah, Anurag Basu, and the other guy, Anurag Basu is the chunkier guy, and the another lean guy with him was the person who tutored Salman Haryanvi for
Okay,
the Sultan.
okay,
So when you see Sultan, you see that he is speaking in a Haryanvi accent.
Okay.
So Salman had a Haryanvi accent when he spoke during the film. All along the film, the accent didn't went in one spot. But when you see a Dangal, in Dangal, the Amir doesn't go with the accent. The accent isn't in his voice. It's the tone that he gets into. It's the Haryanvi tone. It's the attitude that he masters. So in
Right.
Sultan, so that's the thing between the accent and the that thing. So when you are a Punjabi, it should show that you are a Punjabi. You don't need to. I think, and that leads to a stereotypic thing that a lot of people will say that you want to see that stereotype thing. That's not about stereotypes.
yeah,
That is
yeah,
the
yeah.
thing. Yeah,
Authentic.
you get to know. Yeah,
Yeah,
if you are if you come across a Malayali person, if he speaks or doesn't speak, if he's speaking Telugu or the your mother tongue only, you will get to know that he is a Malayali person. That
yeah,
is
yeah,
what
yeah. I get it. I get
ethnicity
it.
means. Yeah, that's not a stereotype. That is
Yeah,
ethnicity. So
yeah,
that doesn't came across. But my thing for that was my counter for that was that even in A Legend of Bhagat Singh, Ajay Devgan didn't sound like a Punjabi. So that doesn't has it. Although Ajay Devgan is also a Punjabi guy, so he also hails from Punjab. So he also
okay.
has that thing, the attitude thing and the thing with their tone. So they manage it really well.
Yeah,
But the my only thing was that, and Amol Parashar, the all Amol Parashar bit was really means it was shot well. It was cinematically well crafted, well drafted,
yeah,
and in this film also the screenplay it was also written as well. When he speaks about his only friend, and I will tell you about Bhagat Singh one more thing. uh, first I finished this one, that when he talks about mm, Bhagat Singh, so Udham Singh gets really irritated, and he says, "What you were
Yeah,
doing when you were
yeah,
23?"
23.
So the yeah, the all bit starts from that, and that gives that story a lot of what they say, a lot of and that Amol Parashar bit, that the all the Bhagat Singh bit gets that point of political ideology of the communists at that time,
Oh,
of
Yeah.
get across to the audience. So that is very nice. And uh, if you have watched all the films that have been made on Bhagat Singh, or all the research that had been done on Bhagat Singh, all the things that have been written, they always mention
age.
something about a woman.
Okay,
They mention something about a woman that who loved Bhagat Singh,
okay.
and but Bhagat Singh had to go some another way. In Legend of Bhagat Singh, they show him that it was his fiance, that the families that his family wanted to get him married with that girl, but he didn't want marry her. So in all of these Bhagat Singh films, you get that, and in this one also, it is this thing is addressed. This is my film theory. Uh, the first way when the first time when he gets off the jail
Yeah, yeah,
in the 1930, when he finishes his jail
yeah,
sentence in India, he
yeah,
goes to a house.
yeah,
Yeah, he goes to a house and meets a girl, and the girls ask him that get married, and he doesn't respond. He doesn't respond. So the
yeah,
girls can say that all of you want to kiss the noose.
yeah,
So yeah, so and then he gets up and said he calls him Parjai and goes. Now Parjai is the word you use for a person who you use for a lady who is married to your brother.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like
Yeah.
even
So the
there's a
on
subtitle like
yeah,
sister-in-law. I've seen that thing.
sister-in-law. Yeah.
Yeah,
For Bhabi in
yeah,
Punjabi you
Barbie.
use the word Parjai.
Okay.
So the only brotherly relationship in the film that this guy has, Udham
Is
Singh has, is with the
Bhagat.
Bhagat Singh.
Oh yeah,
Bhagat
true,
Singh.
true.
So
Yeah, those scenes are
calls him
beautiful.
ठीक है
Yeah,
परजाई मैं चल. Yeah. So I the film theory they I have a film theory that they address that bit in the beginning. So it is also for me it was like that. So all of those things and layering that had been done, and he had uh, I need to mention the bit with Banita Sandhu.
yeah,
That's where when they show his teenage time.
yeah,
So getting a really beautiful love story intact with it,
yeah.
that there is a deaf and dumb woman, and they don't show it
Like
that
it's not a forced one. Okay, yeah, it just come.
yeah, it's not a forced one, it's not a
It
forced one,
was
and I will tell you one thing
yeah,
more,
it was like
that
a cherry on the cake thing.
yeah, and if you watch it, that bit that girl belongs to a certain community, and
Like
they
yeah, more
haven't
than that.
projected it like that.
Yeah, yeah, okay, but that's fine. The thing is, like, this film is mostly against the British. Okay, like they were calling it like that, and she's a British.
Yeah.
Like she's actually Banita Sandhu is actually a British girl. Yeah,
No, Banita Sandhu. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, and okay,
Yeah.
yeah. With that, we'll come to this like the Oscar rejection. Like they were like they rejected this film just for that. It was showing something against British and all. Yeah, but they just forget everything what happens to us. Like this was completely stupid what
I
they did.
don't. Yeah, yeah, but I don't think. That's the reason. And I won't be speaking about my explanation for it, because what I think is it's because it gets the political ideology. It's of the political ideology in a lot of that in from the right of the beginning of our school syllabus. We don't get to the point we across that what ideology exactly did Bhagat Singh followed. It's it's after a long time when you get into history book, histories, a lot of historical references or a lot of historical stuff you go through, and you get to know that which ideology did Bhagat Singh went through. And people don't want that ideology to be represented by on an international level from the name of India. So I think that could be a reason, but we have an history. We don't get the deserving films to the Oscars. We didn't made Udan go to Oscars. We didn't made a lot of films go to Oscars. So I don't. The Oscar rejection doesn't affects me, because I know these guys. I know these guys. Yeah,
Yeah,
they have gave Kangana
Tufan
Ranaut
Anal.
again
Yeah,
uh,
they have even
uh,
selected Tufan Anal
national
for the
award.
list. I was like, what is this?
Yeah,
They have even selected Tufan in the 10 films list, on the short list. That was,
yeah. Tufan was there, and it doesn't has to with any of thing.
yeah, it was very
And
bad.
I will, yeah, Tufan. I won't say it was a really bad film,
Like,
but
no, I'm saying the thing they done, okay, Tufan and all, they keeping it in the list was very bad.
yeah. And I am telling you that the last film that Tufan's director had made was named Mere Pyare Prime Minister. So
Okay,
I think that I got my point across.
I got
So
it.
I don't know how these things work, how
Yeah,
they distribute awards, but because giving all of awards to a certain lady, to me is a the well deserved thing in the national award. That was Manoj Bajpayee getting an award for Bhonsle was really nice. And if you watch the film, he deserves it.
okay. I haven't watched that one. Okay, we'll watch it soon. So,
Yeah, it's on Sony Live. So
okay, okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
and
Bhonsle, it's a yeah.
yeah, yeah. Go for
So,
it.
no, I am okay. You can go with Pavan now.
Yeah, Pavan,
Yeah,
what's your take on this Oscar rejection? And then we'll finish
uh,
the podcast.
I
Because I
respect
have to go.
Oscar. And I respect Academy Awards up to some extent, but sometimes I don't give a damn. Like from 20 years, they kept rejecting Christopher Nolan, and they've rejected Leonardo DiCaprio for Wolf of Wall Street. So for sometimes I don't give a damn. So I consider this situation as that. At least they have to, shortlist or they have to consider that film. You know, so a lot of filmmakers will strive to make such type of films if it will be represented in some way on the stage, then the filmmaking style will change in India. So it's disappointing.
Okay, and
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
I agree with Pavan, but the thing is that what the mentality that goes in the mind of Indian people who are at the helm of affairs with the Oscar thing, they have in their the thing that they have in their mind is that India, they if you call India poor on their face, they will literally get their slippers off and run after you. But they want the film to have an undertone of that poverty undertone. Those films work fine for them. And this is a, I will say, this is a pattern almost. You see all
Yeah,
of those
yeah,
films. Yeah, either you will have a sympathizer of the actor or the director who will get the film to Oscar. What was our last pick for Oscar? It was a Hindi film, I think, and it wasn't a deserving film. So I know these guys, they don't have what I tell you. I always get disappointed with their choices, uh, not with their choice of film to get into the Oscar, but with what they reject.
yeah.
I
Okay,
always have a problem.
okay, yeah. Okay, with that we'll finish the podcast. And thanks for coming, guys. It was really a nice one. And I think we spoke a lot about Sardar Udham Singh, the film. And yeah. Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And
Yeah, pleasure talking to you,
Forgot to
Pavan.
yeah, forgot to mention one thing, that the smartest thing that the producer or the filmmaker did was giving it to OTT. Best choice.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And okay,
Oh,
yeah. Okay.
okay.
Bye. Yeah, bye.
Pleasure talking to you, Pavan.
Yeah.
Yeah, same here, same here.
Same
Okay.
happens for me with both of you guys. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.